Also, Bill would totally be an Aurora girl.
Hey everybody, this is Mog with On the Sticks. I'm followed by...
Erwin, yo.
Yeah, that guy. I don't remember.
Erwin's woke as hell, yo.
So it's been like a couple weeks since we've sat down and played Kingdom Hearts 2, just to give you guys a little bit of a behind-the-scenes thing. So I'm still trying to figure out what we're doing, because I kind of forgot. Do you remember?
We're trying to do something in Agrabah, yo.
You're not gonna talk like Erwin the entire time, are you?
You never know, yo.
So, we have a Discord for our free company, or guild, in Final Fantasy XIV, for those unfamiliar with the vernacular. And last night we did Obama impressions, and it was comedy gold. Obama's a gamer impressions.
I've never seen this Kingdom Hearts before. This looks rather wholesome. But what is this darkness bit? I don't understand.
Hey, Michelle. What's all this about the darkness?
Why are there spider things coming out of those canisters? We should kill it with fire.
So,
Get the Secret Service.
Oh yeah, they get Secret Service still, because, you know, once you're president, you're always president. I mean, I guess you could just deny it.
Yeah, you can, I believe you can deny it. Unless you're impeached, then you don't get it.
Really?
So Nixon, yeah, if you're impeached, you don't get it. So Nixon didn't get it. Nerd.
Was he, like, officially impeached, or was... Well, okay, this is a lot of where my confusion happened, and we're not going to get into the whole last presidency that we had, but, apparently impeached does not mean removal from office. That's an entirely different thing. So, when Clinton finished his 4 years, even though he was successfully impeached, I was confused as all hell.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't understand it. To me, it's just a word. You know, words have meanings. Sometimes I understand them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just here to do my bill. Sorry. I did not have sexual relations with that Makote. Also, Bill would totally be an Aurora girl.
I don't know. I think he likes them tall women. He'd probably be the only person who likes the elves.
I didn't realize, so I logged into my alt on Crystal.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I made like a dark Elzen. I regret all my decisions in life on that alt, and I'm like, you know what? I'll come back and level this later. When I get my Fantasia, we're going to Makote. All right?
Well, why aren't you sticking with it? You didn't like it?
I guess like when like I gave Final Fantasy the old second try, which obviously I've stuck with it. Besides like my 3-month break from what? I think I took a 3-month break from like I want to say June of last year to around September. Then I came back real hard in October.
Yeah, you came back with a vengeance.
I was just ready to come back, yo. So was Donald and Goofy, yo. Who's this guy with a goofy lamp, yo?
Get rid of these guys.
You know what's weird? I thought for sure there was going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 crossover. Because they did a Lightning Returns thing with Lightning, and then they did like a Yokai Watch thing a few times, if I'm not mistaken, but, I don't know.
Pay that Disney license, yo.
Okay, we can't do this bit.
Thanks, Sora.
That bit is somebody else's. We cannot do that bit the entire video. As much as I love it.
Imagine getting DMCA'd for the people.
I found that magic carpet.
What's the guy who made... I think the guy's name is Maxwell Adams, the creator of Billy and Mandy. We're just gonna get a thing. The one and only copyright, other than the first video of this series, is gonna be from Maxwell Adams.
That's 100% not Robin Williams.
I think Dan Castellaneta did a good job. A decent enough job.
That's Homer Simpson, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep. I'm just happy it doesn't sound like Homer, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really weird.
But
But I can still, like, as someone who's, like, watched so many, like, I guess, like, they would be adult cartoons, I guess. Like I can hear the inflection of Homer at times.
Yeah.
Like with certain pitches and tones. But like other than that, I'm just like, yeah, that's Genie. It's not Robin Williams Genie. It's definitely Homer Genie. But like when like Frank Hazara does the voice, I'm like, okay, that's Frank Hazara. Or like when John DiMaggio does the voice, because you know John DiMaggio famously was Bender, Jake the dog, and Marcus Phoenix, which still blows my mind to this day.
He does not have a big range.
And oddly enough, he was like a random character in American Dad episode.
Really?
Yeah, you know the episode where Roger has like an alter ego?
Well, come on, let's get going.
Dude, that's like every episode.
No, this is like an alter ego like he committed to, and like this alter ego took on its own life.
Oh, the Sydney, the Bible store, the Bible printer guy? Okay.
That guy. Yeah. He's like the assassin or whatever that's like trying to kill Sydney or the guy or just Roger because Sydney wants him gone.
I guess you don't get out much.
That's John DiMaggio.
That is such a weird pull for a relatively well-known voice actor.
Right? I think he was just like, yo, can I be in an episode just for funsies? And they're just like, hell yeah.
He what, had like 3 lines in the whole thing?
He had a few lines, yeah.
Genie, what if I use my last wish to free you from the lamp?
This is such an empty gesture compared to the movie.
You do that?
Yeah, like there's no build up or anything to it.
After we help
I don't know what it is, but that whole fucking... I don't care much for Aladdin, the movie, okay? And I'm not even getting into the remake that they did. That doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. But I can give or take all of the movie until he just frees the genie, and Genie's like, dude, you fucked up! I'm okay with being a slave! Why? I don't know, man, it just gets at me somehow.
I have a lot of, that's not my favorite Disney movie of all time, which my favorite is Sword in the Stone, and they'll never do Sword in the Stone in this franchise. But that's my favorite. That's my number one.
I don't think we've ever talked about Disney movies before, as odd as it is.
I think the last time we talked about Disney movies was when we watched the Goofy movie.
Yeah. So why exactly, or can you put it into words why you like Sword in the Stone above all the other ones?
I think I like it. Well, it was like one of the first few I saw. I saw like Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, then I saw like Sword in the Stone. Something about it is like it's a coming of age story, but it's also like really relatable for people who kind of treated like trash by like their siblings or like, you know, aunts or uncles or nieces and nephews or whatever. Because I know he had like an extended family. That and Merlin is just a god in that whole movie, especially with Archimedes as Owl. Like there's so many things that work with that. There's so many things that for me work with that movie that are just great that so many Disney movies used later on as like kind of like tropes.
I want to say that was during I don't really like to use the term because a lot of their good movies came from the dark age of Disney, like the Avengers. Not the Avengers, sorry, the Rescuers. That was a good movie, at least the second one, The Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's not worth trying to trick that. But yeah, there was some really good stuff. I'm trying to think of anything else. Wasn't there one where Billy Joel, like, did the entire soundtrack to one movie? It was like a dog singing and a cat. You know what on earth I'm talking about?
Oh, that sounds familiar, but it's not like jogging the memory or ringing any bells, you know.
I'm gonna remember this way too late, and it's never gonna get brought up again.
We can always like have it at the end and just messages me and be like, hey, this is the thing, or we can put it in the description.
True.
But yeah, Sword in the Stone came out in 1963.
If you ask me what my favorite one was, So we need to beat these guys. Damn!
That was a lot of XP.
That's rare items, too.
You got that goo, my dude?
Just had to shoot it. I don't remember them just spraying gold out. If you ask me, like, how or what my favorite Disney movie is, for the longest time I'd probably say Disney movie, or, fuck. I'm thinking of Kingdom Hearts, my bad. God, I'm a little bit sidetracked. I would have said, Goofy movie. And I don't think I made it at least to you and our friends, that I've had a bit of a troublesome time with my father. And that is kind of the whole, almost like a wish fulfillment movie. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of stupid now that I'm saying it out loud, but it just really tugged at the heartstrings to pardon what I've already said before, right?
Right.
Sorry if you guys can hear the guinea pigs. But now, I really think at the end of it all, I would say Beauty and the Beast or Little Mermaid are tied. Just because, not the story, the stories are kind of whatever, but those really are a marvel in animation. Everything about those two movies are incredible from a visual standpoint.
And
Plus, the villains are some of the best. Like Gaston? How can you get better than Gaston?
The Gaston theme is a banger every time.
Yeah,
you can't tell me that theme is mid in any shape, way, or form.
And then,
if you do, I can't. Like, I've never known someone to be subjectively wrong about something.
He's like the favorite whenever somebody goes Disneyland. Everybody goes to find the Gaston cast member because he was like internet famous for like hitting on girls. Oh, am I not supposed to be there? Hitting on girls doing push-ups and stuff because some guy was being a dick to him and whatnot.
I didn't see the live-action one, but I heard they kind of changed his character or something. I don't know. Like the whole thing with like the live-action films. The one I enjoyed that I can honestly say that I thought was good and was well thought out and actually was, you know, well done, Jungle Book. That was a good remake. I enjoyed it, like from start to finish. I like people are like, yo, that sucked, yo, and I'm just like, you know what? It was good. I enjoyed it. Like, I actually have a Blu-ray of it, and I watched it like a second time months later. I'm like, yeah, I still enjoyed this. I mean, you have fuck. Not, is it Bill Murray? Yeah, Bill Murray's Baloo.
Okay,
Then
so the animals do talk in that one. I've not seen it.
Idris Elba is it the panther or the cheetah? Can't remember.
I was just informed the movie we were talking about was Oliver and Company.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good movie. I like that.
Yeah, it is. Fuck, man. That was a damn good song, too. Oh my god, what was it? It doesn't matter, sorry. Idris Elba was who?
Idris Elba was either the panther or the tiger, because there's a tiger in Jungle Book, if I remember correctly.
You know, it would not surprise me if they made the black man the panther. I want to believe differently, but let's be honest.
But, like, Idris Elba, like, he was fantastic. I think he was the tiger, not the panther. I'd have to double check. No, wait, Ben Kingsley was the panther. The tiger was Idris Elba. Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Ben Kingsley's still alive? Or at least was at the time?
I believe he's still alive, yeah.
I'm trying to remember which way to go. I think I've...
Oh, we have to go up to the gate up top. On the right, I believe, or the left. One of the two.
Can I get to it from here?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that. Thank you. So... wasn't the Prince of Persia movie a Disney movie, technically?
I guess if it was released under the banner.
If we need to remember it, right? That one wasn't bad. If you treat it as a standalone thing, I'm only remembering it because Ben Kingsley was the Vizier or something.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a good villain role.
Unless you put him in Iron Man 2. or 3, whatever one he was in.
You know, as controversial as Iron Man 2, he was one of the better parts, especially for the reveal. The rest of it sucked ass, though.
What's funny is, like, everyone hates Iron Man 3. I actually enjoyed it. It's for the same reasons I enjoyed The Dark Knight Rises.
I bid you all farewell.
Because it's not so much about Batman as it is about Bruce Wayne, which you can't have one without the other.
Right.
And it was kind of a deconstruction of Batman and more of an analysis of Bruce Wayne, and that's what Iron Man 3 was to me. It was more of a analysis of our boy Tony Stark. And I really enjoyed that personally, whereas I know a bunch of people are like, yo, that sucked. I'm just like, I like things like that. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. Loved the first movie. I think it's great. It's probably like my second or third favorite Marvel movie, and I don't like a lot of them. But I will say that one, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I probably like a little bit more. Why? Because it's, once again, it's a more personal story, whereas the first one's like, oh, we gotta find the Infinity Stone.
Yeah, the first one's definitely a setup, and the second one is the exploration of the characters.
And my thing is, I'm not a huge fan of things that, like, put an overarching thing together, like, you know, like Endgame or Infinity War or whatever. I'm more a fan of personal stories and things that are more involved within that kind of degree.
Okay.
But Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it got me in the feels a few times. Like, there's, you know, it brought home the whole, like, aspect of the Guardians that, you know, they're a bunch of misfits who are also...
Oh, bummer.
Oh, shit.
We'll get it next time. Please continue.
Who are family, and, like, the back and forth between Nebula and, damn, I can't think of her name right now. Gamora?
Yes.
Like, that got me, and I like Nebula as a character from the comics, and interestingly enough, if you're a Doctor Who fan, Karen Gillan plays Nebula.
Super hot. Just wanna...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's got a new movie coming out with a few familiar people. She's the God of... or not God of War. The Game of Thrones lady, Lena something.
Lena Headey?
Yes. A few other people, but that's besides the point, I guess. I would have to say a resounding yes to Guardians 2 being better than the first one. And that was really hard to sit through. Not in a bad way either, but like the whole third act of that movie is just a test of how much you can handle, I think. Because it really is a found family kind of story, and you even get a little bit of that in the first movie. And I should really, like, not talk while I'm trying to focus on this. But, what was it that Yondu says? It's like he may be your father.
I may not be your dad. I may not be your daddy, boy. But sure as hell am your father.
Something like that, yeah. That might even, yeah, it's really good. And you can see that Peter feels the same way when he doesn't correct him about the Mary Poppins thing. And my god, that scene is so fucking good. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
That scene got me when he had the bit about, you know, being his father. I'm like, yeah, that got me on a huge level.
Something that a lot of people don't know about me is 2 of my children aren't technically biologically mine, but I treat them as mine anyway, so as like a stepfather, that was such a weird way to see relatability, I guess, in this weird blue mohawk man.
Mm-hmm.
But you really don't see much love for step-parents, especially in movies, where in Disney movies, the step-parent is usually, you know, the villain.
Pure evil!
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of one that isn't evil and is difficult, because the one that comes to mind is Cinderella, where the stepmother has, like, she's just awful to Cinderella. Treats her like a literal slave. Okay, so we beat it. Yay. Oh, God!
Can we get some, Dora the Explorer? We did it. If you need a soundbite, I'll make it.
She's been, just to gush over our amazing editor, she's been doing some really good stuff the last, couple videos. Like, I haven't been disappointed by any of her edits so far, and I don't think I will, but the last couple have been absolute gold. There was that bit where we were telling her to take something out, and I was saying, no, leave it in, and she reacted to it in the way that I thought she would. That was in, like, the last Mario thing, I think. Man, they're dropping a lot of items.
I haven't been on YouTube much, or Twitch much at all, or watching any I guess online content really.
You've been staying away from it, huh?
Yeah. I think I had a conversation with Shrew while playing Dead by Daylight a few nights ago, because it's even on it's on the VOD, and I highlighted most of it. I'm actually gonna send that highlight to Ismay because I think she'll have fun with it for the solo channel. Because there's a point where I talked to Shrew essentially about how nice it was to kind of like disconnect more and kind of just be away from technology, and like one of my friends freaked out because I didn't respond to their. I turned off all like push notifications off on my Discord app on my phone.
For how long?
Still.
Oh, okay.
Like, still. So like when everyone sees that I'm on mobile and they message me and just like, why haven't you gotten back to me? I'm like, I honestly have just forgotten to turn them back on. It's not like I'm like purposely trying to like neglect anyone. It's just one of those things where I just forgot to turn it back on.
Yeah, sometimes it's as simple as that.
And
I'm really glad that they're worried, though. Not like... See, that's so fucking weird to say, but you got people that care about you, you know?
and I'm also glad a lot of my homies decided to change their name to Chaos.
Man, I wish we could just have our editor put that entire video in, but that would absolutely get a strike.
Oh yeah, we'd be donezo.
For anyone unaware, Square is releasing something called Strangers in Paradise Final Fantasy Origins, which is a reimagining of the first game, where a older, scruffy-looking man, I don't know how old this guy is, but he looks like middle-aged. Would you say that's accurate?
I feel like he looks like a really bad character model from Mass Effect.
Honestly, yeah. Like, they put work into it, just not good work.
Like,
but yeah,
everyone's
dude,
like, it doesn't look too bad. I'm like, nah, dude, it doesn't look great.
he looks like if Dante went ragged. He's like on a 3-day bender and no sleep. So yeah, this character, Jack. Is it Jack or Jake? I think it's Jack. He says no less than 10 times the word chaos. Chaos being the big bad that you only know of the last 10 minutes of Final Fantasy 1 in like a minute-and-a-half video.
You don't even know who Chaos is in the original Final Fantasy till like the very end.
Yeah, it comes out of the blue. Like nobody even... I don't know what they're gonna... I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch that product. That product at all. Especially because Nomura is involved.
Oh, you know, if a Nomura is involved, that's gonna be like 20 years of work down the drain.
200 years. They're never gonna finish that shit. They showed the trailer, so that means they're automatically fucked. That's gonna be it for this video, guys, because we're gonna be going into a rather fight-heavy next sequence. So, we will see you next time. This has been Mog.
And, Erwin, yo.
And if you guys want to hear more bad impressions, like, comment, and subscribe.
Smash that motherfucking subscribe button.